Good evening, everyone. This is BremSter, and tonight I'm trying to record Sudoku Assassin 2 by Frapp. This is the sequel to the puzzle I released yesterday, using the same rule. Or the rules. Yes, that puzzle I enjoyed a lot, and it taught me a lot about how German Whisper killer lines work. This puzzle apparently is quite a step up in difficulty, at least according to the people who tested the puzzle. So, yeah, let's see how we go. So, if you didn't watch yesterday's puzzle, then I will be going over some of the logic again and the rules and stuff, but links below to the puzzle. Let's have a look. I fixed the rules for this one. Did I fix it above? Yes. Yes, so I've done the rules clarification to make sure that the rules for both yesterday's puzzle and today's are all clear and everything, so hopefully we won't have questions. So, normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Green lines are both German Whisper and killer lines. Adjacent digits along the line must have a difference of at least 5, and the digits on the line sum to the number in the top left corner of the line. Digits cannot repeat on lines. So we know that the two digits, adjacent digits here, must sum to must have a difference of at least 5, and all three digits sum to 13. In here, each of these are dominoes. These two have a difference of at least 5, these two, and these two, but all of the digits on the line sum to 20. I am fascinated by how this is going to work. Yeah, apparently this is quite a step up. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. I can't use, maybe I could use the trick down here. Yeah, I can. These have to be low digits, because if these were high digits, they'd be 6, 7, and we're already at 13. It doesn't work. Basics of German Whispers first. I may have just done another German Whisper puzzle, but you may not have seen that. So, you can never put a 5 on a German Whisper line because of the difference of 5. And a lot of you will have heard this, and I know I get comments along the lines of, don't explain it every time. But there are people who may not have seen it. So, if you put a 5 on a German Whisper line, you must either add or subtract 5 in order to have a 5 difference. If I add 5 or more, I'm at 10 or higher. If I subtract, I'm at 0 or less. None of that is valid for Sudoku. So, each digit is either going to be below 5 or above 5. Now, let's say this was below 5. Could this also be below 5? No, because the maximum difference is 3. So it'd have to be above 5. That's all good. Now, if this was above 5, could this one also be above 5? No, the maximum difference is 3. So this would have to be below 5. So next to any digit above 5 must be a digit below 5, and next to any digit below 5 must be a digit above 5. So as you move along the lines, they will always swap from below to a below above, or high low is how we call it, which is alternating polarity. So we know that these two cells here must have the same above 5 or below 5. If they were both above 5, the minimum they could be would be 6 and 7. They'd sum to at least 13. This would have to be a -1. It does not work. So these have to be from 1, 2, 3. Now, the maximum, because they can't be 4. And this is 6. Oh, it's 6, 7, 8, 9. There's multiple reasons it can't be 6. It could never have been 6 even if this wasn't here, because if this is 6, these would have to both be 1, because it's the only digit that's 5 away from 6. This can't be a 7 either, because if this is a 7, these are forced to be 1, 2, being the only two digits that are 5 or more away from 7, and this line would sum to 10. So this is not a 7. 8, I would need another 4, and I could use 1, 3. 9, I would need another 3, so there must be a 1 in one of those two, is what I've learned. Now, up here, I think I've got the same thing, because if these are 6, 7, these would need to be a 0. So these are from 1, 2, 3. This is from 7, 8, 9. If this is a 7, this is a 1, 2. It doesn't work. If this is an 8, these need to sum to 5. So they'd be 2, 3, and if this is a 9, these need to sum to 4. There's always a 3 in one of those. That's interesting. Let's do some Sudoku on 4s. 4 is in one of those 3, but I can tell you right now, 4 is not there. Because if 4 was here, The only digit that is 5 away from 4 between 1 and 9 is 9. So both of those would be 9, which means the sum of those two digits would be 18. And this would, plus 4 is 23, and that would have to be minus 4. It doesn't work. So this can't be a 4. 4 is in one of those two. Four here may be the same. Because 4 is in one of those. 4 here, yeah, 4 here would make both of those 9, and this line would already sum to 22 before I included that digit. That's not a 4 either. But I'm running out of puff. These are from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because this domino must have a low digit on it, because each pair of adjacent digits must have a low and a high. This must have a low and a high, and this must have a low and a high. And I can't use a 4. So one of these has a 3, one has a 2, and one has a 1. The 3 can't go on this one. Because if I put a 3 here, the only digits that could go next to 3 are 8 or 9. 7 is too close. So if this is let's say this was a 3. The same would work if this was a 3. These would have to be from 8, 9. And the minimum these could be 16 plus 3, which is already 19. This would have to be a negative digit. So I cannot put the 3 on this line. The 3 is here or here. Now, if I put a 3 on this one, it would have to be here. Because the 3 is forced onto this line. So if the 3 is on this one, it would be here. These would be from 8, 9. Now, 3, 8, 8 is 19, and that would have to be a 1. But that does work. So if this is a 3, those are both 8. I'm not sure why that's a problem. Otherwise, the 3 is on this line. Well, we do know that these lines have alternating high-low. So these are going to be... So one set is going to be from 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other side is going to be from... Well, one set is going to be from 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other set is going to be from 6, 7, 8, 9. So, for example, there must be a 1... The same... Actually, this 4 means the same as applying here. Oh! But I couldn't put a 3 on the 18. Right. There must be a 3 in one of those two. Because the same as that it was applying here, that meant I couldn't put a 3. There must be a low digit here, there must be a low digit here, there must be a low digit here. But if I put a 3 on either of those, it goes with at least 2 8s. And I'm already at 16, 19. And the same is true here. So the 3 is in one of those two. So if the 3 is here, these are from 8, 9. And if the 3 is here, if the 3 is here, these are from 8, 9. If the 3 is here, these are from 8, 9. Now these must be from 3, 8, 9. These must contain an 8, 9. And if it's 3... Ooh, I could do some work here, I think. If this is 3, 8, 8, the other digit down here, would be a 3, wouldn't it? 3, 8, 8 is 19. So I would have another 3. If it's 3, 8, 9, it would be 2. And if it's 3, 9, 9, it would be 1. Now I'm going to remove the corner pencil mark 3 here. If this was 3838, 3 and 8 would be down here. But I couldn't put 3 or 8 on that 20. Does that break anything? I'm not sure it does. One of these 18s has a 1 on it, and one of them has a 2 on it. Ooh, this is tricky. But one of these has a 1 and a 2 on it. I can't put a 3 on these either. So there must be 1, 2 here, and there must be 1, 2 here. But I could cover that by just putting 1s and 2s in those places. Could I put them in those places? I could, but I'd need to do something like 2277 would work. This is Twiki. So can I put a 1 on this? Because even if I did 1, I couldn't do 1, 4. Like even if I did 1, yeah, I can't put 4 on this. So 1, 3 is only 4. And the other 2 digits would have to be 8, 9. Well, hang on, maybe I'll look at this the other way. Can I put 6 on this line? Right. Let's look at where 6s can go. I'm going to remove this colouring. This isn't helping me. I've done the thing. 6s. Let's look at where 6s can go. I'm going to just block out all of those cells where I know 6s cannot go. They also can't go there. If I was to put a 6 here, yeah, we got a problem. I don't think I can put a 6 on any of these lines. Because if I put a 6 here, it has to be bounded by 2 1s, which are the only digits that can go next to 6s. So if this was a 6, these would both be 1. This would sum to 8, and that'd have to be a 10. And the same is true anywhere on this. There's no 6 on an 18 line. Those are not 6s. These are not 6s. 20 line is even worse. 611, this would have to be a 12. Not 6s. 18 line cannot take a 6. 21 line cannot take a 6. Can I narrow that down any further? Well, I've got 6 in one of those 2 cells. 6 is in one of those 2. I don't... So the important thing is I can't put 6 on any of those lines. Not on any of them. I probably can't put 4 on any of the lines either, and that might be more restrictive. Because if I put 4, even on a 22 line, yeah, I've already blown the total. 21 line, 499, I've blown the total. So 4s, let's do some stuff here. 4s, I've already done the pencil marking 4s in a lot of these boxes. 4s are not in any of these spots. Right, I'm seeing some stuff. 4s are not in any of those spots or that spot. So 4 has to be in one of those two, which means 4 is not in any of those. 4 is not here. 4 is in one of those two, which puts 4 in one of those two. 4 is not in any of those, because where was 4 in this row? It had to be in one of those two, which means it couldn't be in any of these. 4 is not here. I don't see how to narrow 4 down out of those. I can't put a 3 on an 18 line. I have to be able to put a 2 on an 18 line. What about 7s then? I can't put 6s, 4s, 5s or 6s on these lines at all. There are no 4, 5s or 6s on these lines at all. This is a high and a low. This is a high and a low. This is a high and a low. Yeah, there's another high low in here. 7s. So let's look at the 21 line. A 7 would have to go with only 1s and 2s, and that doesn't work. Because the maximum I could put is 722. 722 is 11, and the other digit would have to be a 10. But I could put a 7 on a 20 line. So this is the line that can't take a 7. I'm looking at this the wrong way. There's a 1 and a 2 on one of these. The 2 can only go with 7, 8, 9. So the minimum the 2 could... Hang on. Let's look at this. If this is a 2, the minimum... These would have to be from 7, 8, 9, but the minimum these could be would be 7, 7. And 7, 7 and 2 is already 16. This would have to be a 2. If I put a 9 on one of these, like even 2, 7, 9, I'm already at the total. So if I put a 2 on a line, I can't put a 9 on the line. But if I put a 1 on the line, if I put a 9 on the line, the others would have to sum to 8. So I could do 7, 1 might be able to work. But if I put a 2 on the line, I can't put a 9 on the line. That's weird. The 20 gives me even more freedom, though. There is something fundamental here I am missing. And I don't know what it is. I feel it's got to have something to do with there having to be a 1, a 2, or a 3 here. I can't put a 3 here. A 3 here, 8, 8, 1 could work. 3, 8, 8, 1 is exactly 20. But if this is 3, 8, 8, 1, if this is 3, 8, 8, 1, which is the only way I can put a 3 on this domino, because 3 is up here. I can't put 3 here, but there has to be a 3 on one of these dominoes. 3, 8, 8, 1. These are both 8s. There's no 8 on this line. So these become 3, 9. 3, 9, 9 is 21, and I can still put a 1 down. So this would be 3, 9, 9, 1. And it works. That's mean. So if there's a 3 on here, I go 3881, 3991. But if I go 3881, what do I put on this? Because I can't put a 1 on this, can I? Yeah, I can. Oh. I am quite stuck. I know there's a 1 or a 2 on this and a 1 or a 2 on this. The 2 can go with 7, 8, and 9. But it can't go with 9. The 2 goes next to only 7 and 8. Because otherwise I blow the total. Because 277 is already 16. So whichever one of these has a 2 on it, 277 has a 1 or a 2 opposite it. Oh. I'm looking at this the wrong way, aren't I? 5 is in one of these two cells. I don't think it's 5s, though. Like, 5 can't go on a line or in any of those. So 5 is in one of those two. But 5 has lots of places it can go. 5 can go in any of those. Up here, 5's got lots of places. 5 has lots of places. And in this box, 5 is wide open. So I don't... Do I need to be... No! Oh, good Lord, digits cannot repeat on lines. What am I even thinking? I'm bogging myself down on German Whisper and completely forgetting the killer. So this can't be 3. Because if this is 3, the only way it could work is with 8, 8. If I make this 389, I've blown the total. So the 3 is over here. This can't be 3, 8, 8, 9. Because I can't repeat digits on lines. What I can do is turn on my air conditioning because it's getting stuffy in here. That's not why I got that wrong. If you forget a rule, you will spend 15 minutes of the puzzle going down a blind alleyway being chased by the stealth assassin. Right. Frappy is going to laugh at me. Many of you are going to laugh at me. You would all be right. Now, let's re-look at this line. Because I can't put a 3 down here. So, if it's... And I can't repeat digits. So this is 389, which is 20 and a 2. So there's no 1 here. This is 3892. Oh, Lord. One of these has a 2 on it. And if it's 2, it's surrounded by 7 and 8 and 1. So this is 1, 2, 7, 8. It has to be. Because one of them is 1, 2, 7, 8. Because the 2... I'm just going to make a note here. Because one of these 18 cages is 1, 2, 7, 8. Because if you put the 2 on a line, it can't go next to a 9 because 9, 7 is 16 and I've already hit the total. So it'd have to go next to 7, 8. 7, 8, you can't put a 6 on the line because it's too close to the 2. The 7, 8 means 15 plus 2 is 16 and then you need... Wait. No, what? 2, 7, 8 is 15. 15 plus 2 is 17 and then you need the 1 to complete the total. One of them is 1, 2, 7, 8. Now what happens if you put the 1 on the line? Without repeats. I've already said you can't put a 6 on the line because if I put 6 on the line, I end up with 611, and the other digit would have to be 10. So we'd have 789. If it was 178, 15, 16, 2, 178 would force 2 because there's a 7 anyway. 15, yeah, 178 forces 2. Okay. 179 would force another 1, which you can't do, and 189 is already the total. So these are both 1278. That is fascinating. Which means there's no 8 here. This is 39. This is 28. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 5 and 6. Okay, that's fascinating. There's no 1 here, so there's no 2 here. Because remember, these are diagonally opposite within the same high-low. So if this is the 3, this is the 2. The 3 is here. This has to be 1278, doesn't it? Because it's exactly the same thing. I can't use the 3 on it. If I use the 2... I can't use the 9, I end up with 7, 8, and I just did the 1278. This is a 1278 for exactly the same reason as these were, which means none of these are 1, 2, 7, or 8. And this is the... This is weird. But now I can explore this 21 a little more, because these are from 389. It's the same as this, but it's going to be... Hang on, if this... Okay, so let's just do what happens if this is a 3. These are from 89. And they'd have to be 89. So these would sum to 17. This would have to be a 1. So these are 1389. And there's no 3 here. And there's no 1 there. So that's this way. Can I narrow this down? 3 would make those 8, 9. 3 here would make those 8, 9. 3 here would make those 8, 9. One is in one of those two. So I can't put 1 in either of those two. This can't be a 1 either. So this can't be a 2. 1 is in one of those two. So there's no 1 there. So there's no 2 there. Oh, wow. This is crazy. The 2, 8 here is looking over saying that's not the 2. Whew. So this 20, it's either got a 1 or a 2 on it. If I put a, let's put a 2 on it and try. So if these are from 2, these are from 7, 8, 9. And there must be, so what I should be thinking about here is high digits now. these are 5 and 6 again, aren't they? These have to be 5, 6. I can't put 5 or 6 on this line. This is a 5, 6. But, so that's a 5, 6. So 5, 6 are in those. Maybe. Oh, hang on. This could interact with these. If this is a 2, what are these? If these were 7, 8, this would be a 3. 2, 7, 8, 3. Okay. 2, 7, 9 would need that to be a 2. That doesn't work. And 2, 8, 9 would need that to be a 1. So there must always be an 8. So there's always an 8 on this, and there's always an 8 on this. Because if I don't put an 8 on this... Sorry, no, that's not true. That's if this is a 2. If this is a 2, there must be an 8 on it, which would mean there's no 8 here. These would be a 7... But if this has got the 1 on it, what happens? This has the 1 on it. These are still from 7, 8, 9. If I do 1, 7, doesn't work. So these would be 1, 8, 9, and that would be a 2. So if there's a 1, there's a 2 on this. So this would be 1, 2, 8, 9. But if there's a 2 on this, so if there's a 1, it's 1, 2, 8, 9. I'm just going to note this up here, 1, 2, 8, 9. I'm going to mark that in yellow. Now, if there's a 2 on it though, these are from 7, 8, 9. If it's 7, 8, this is a 3. Remember, I'm not talking about rotation. I'm just talking about on the line. If it's 7, 9, this is a 2, which doesn't work. But if it's 8, 9, this is a 1. So if it's a 2, it's with a 1 or a 3. But a 1 must go with a 2. But I just said 3 can't go on this line, because 3 goes with 8, 9. So this is 1, 2, 8, 9. Because if this was 2, 7, 9... 2, 7, 8. This needs to be a 3, and I can't put 3 next to 7. This is 1, 2, 8, 9. 1, 2, 8, 9. 8, 9 must be in there. There's no 8 there. 7 is in there. There's no 7 there. 8 is in there. But with 7 being in there, does that do anything? There's a 1 and... This is 1, 2, 8, 9. If this is the 2, if this is the 2, that's the 8. Because I couldn't put the 8 here. So to go 2, 8, 1, 9. But I think if that's 2, 8, 1, 9, but if that's 2, it then goes 8, 1, 9. So this rotates in either direction. My brain is mush. So I've got what's on the lines. I know, well, not these ones. Maybe I should. Maybe it's now these lines. Because if this is 8, this is 1, 3. This is 9. This is... No, if this is 8, this is 2, 3. If this is 9, this is 1, 3. That doesn't force that at all. What about this one? 9 makes this 1, 2. 8 makes this 1, 3. Okay. I feel like I've done good to get this far, but I'm missing something about the layout of this. If this is the 1, 7, 8, 2. 2, 7, 8, 1. If that's the 2, that's the 8. 2, 8. That's the 2, that's the 8. That's the 7. No, if this is the 1, that's the 7. Puts 2 on here. If this is 1, this is 7, 2, and that's the 2. Oh, this can never be the 2, because 2 is in one of those two. There's no 2 there. So there's no 1 there. Can I narrow that down any further? Two can't go in any of those, but it could go there. No, it can't. 1, 2, 7, 8, 1, 2, 7, 8. In fact, 2 is in one of those two. So 2 can't go, 2 could go there. In this box, 2 is in one of those two. If this is a 2, these sum to 10. So they're 9, 1. 2, 9, 1. 9, 1 here makes this 8, 3. 9, 1. 8, 3, 9, 1. 9, 1 puts 1 up here and 8, 1 and 8 up here. So this is 2 and 9. That the whole thing would collapse. Like putting one of the options in, like putting one of the options in is going to cause the whole thing to collapse, but I don't want to do it that way. What's the trick I'm missing? Like this can't be 2, 8. But it could be 1, 8 or 2, 7. This can't be 2, 8. But it could be 1, 9 or 2, 9. Because if this was 2, 9, this would be 8, 3. This is something about high-low I'm not understanding. I'll admit I am stumped. I'm really happy to have got here, but what breaks this open without just putting a digit in? We know 2 is in here. And 6 is in here. That's not doing much, is it? 1, 3, 7, 8, 9. One of them is up here. If this is 1, 7, this is 2, 8. If this is 1, 8, 2, 7. If this is 1, 8, this is 1, 8. If this is 1, 7, this is 1, 7. So that domino and that domino are the same. That domino and that domino are the same. So those digits are those digits. And those digits are those digits. Can I do anything with that? This is also 1, 2, 7, 8. Those digits are those digits. And those digits are those digits. But how does that carry over? There's a 1 down here. This isn't a 1, so this isn't a 2. There is a 2 down here, and there's a 1 up here. The 1 up here means that's the 7. So that's the 2, that's the 8, that's the 1. So these are 2 and 8. There's no 7. There's no 8 here. This is 1, 7. The 8 takes 8 out of there, which takes 9 out of there. 1, 7, 2, 8. Those digits are those digits. The 1 takes 1 out of here. That is a 2-8 pair. So there's no 8 there, so there's no 9 there. This is a 2-8 pair, this is a 1-9 pair, which takes 9 out of there, which takes 8 out of there. This is so weird. Now that 1-9, does that interact with this? If this is 9, if this is a 9, these need to sum to 4, which would only be 1-3. This can't be a 9 anymore. That's an 8. These need to sum to 5. They are 2-3. There's no 1 here. This is a 2-3 pair. The 8 looks down, taking 8 out of those. The 7 that must be in here means there's no 7 here. And remember, we're alternating high-low. So if this is high, this has to be low-high, and this is the 8. It's just the way these work. Because there must be a 7 in here because of the alternating high-low, and I can't repeat on the line. Man, this is tricky. 7. I can remove the 1 pencil marks, which are just bad. Can I do the same down here now? If this is an 8, these are 1-3. No, if this is a 9, these are 1-2. That doesn't break it either. But 9, no, it does. If this is a 9, these have to sum to 3. This would be 9-1-2. This would be 9-1, and that is broken. That is an 8. These have to sum to 4. They're 1-3. That's the 2. Holy cow, this puzzle. 2 makes that 8, that 1, and that 7. The 7 takes 7 out of there. That's the 7. That's the 8. This is a 1, 2. The 2 makes that the 1 and that the 2. The 2 looks up making that the 3 and that the 2. The 2 makes that the 8, which makes that the 9 by high-low. That's the 1, that's the 2. The 8 looks down, making that the 2. So that's the 3, that's the 9, that's the 8. The 8 doesn't look at that. But I'm closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7 go into those. There's no 3 there. There's no 4 there. That's the 7. So this is a 3, 4 pair. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. These are 5, 6, 9, must contain a 9. These are 1, 6, and 9. So that's a 9. Where do I put 9? 9 in this column must go in one of those two, because it can't go down here and it can't go there because of that one. So where's 9 in this column? It can't go in any of those. That's the 9, that's the 6, and I can take 6 out of there. That's a 5, 9. This is a pair now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are 3 and 4. The 1, 9 looks over, making that the 6, that the 1. The same 1, 9 looks over, making that the 5 and that the 9. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. The 4 and the 7 looks down, making that the 3. This is a 4, 7 pair. The 7 looks up, making that the 4 and that the 7. I pray I've got this right, because this has been a doozy. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 6, 9. There's no 2 there. But now, 9 isn't in those. 9 isn't in those because 9 is here. 9 is in one of those two. And I'm not following that to a logical conclusion yet. But this is a triple in the column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, and 9. These are 5, 6, and 9. That can't be a 9. That can't be a 5. That can't be a 6. But that is a 5, 6, 9 triple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a 7. Which puts 7 in one of those two, and that becomes a 4, 7 pair. And the 7 looks across, making that the 4, and that the 7. The 4 looks back, making that the 3, and that the 4. This is magic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are 2, 5, and 6. There must be a 2 in one of those. That 2 looks across, saying, not there. What's the 2? This is a 5, 6 pair. The 2 looks up, taking 2 out of there. 6, 9 pair makes that the 2. What are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. The 5 looks across, making that the 7 and that the 5. The 9 looks back, making that the 6 and that the 9. The 6 looks down, making that the 5, which makes that the 9, that the 6. The 6 looks up, making that the 5 and that the 6. Something? There's an 8 to some. The 8 looks up, making that the 3, which makes that the 8, which makes that the 1, which makes that the 9 by whisper logic. The 1 looks down, making that the 3 and that the 1. The 3 looks across, making that the 4 and that the 3. How long am I in? Oh, 50 minutes. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 and 9 go in. Let's use this 5 to make this a 6. 4 and 9. The 4 looks down, making that the 9 and that the 4. These are 1, 2, and 5. This time is flown. This is not a 2. The 1 and the 2, of course, makes that the 5. And I can take the 5. Well, that's the 1 and that's the 2 then. Time has flown on this puzzle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 9 go in. The 9 makes that the 5 and that the 9. I'm going to find out I've made a mistake. 1, 2, 3, 6, and 8 go in. There is no 8 there. There's no 6 there. There's no 8 there. Well, 3, 6. Right, this is an 8 in the middle. There's an 8 in the middle of the grid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is 3 or 6, and there's a 3. So 6, 3, 6. I'm down to a single box. Do we think I can get it from here? 1 is in one of those two. 1 is looking up. That's a 1. This row is missing a 7. So these are all 4, 5. Nope. 6 makes that 5. And these are 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll use the 3 to make that the 4 and that the 3. And that is the correct solution of the puzzle. 48 minutes, 31 seconds. Now, I think I mentioned in the previous puzzle that I believe these were created as part of a pack, which is why they may not have been solved in a while, but they never got included in the pack. I don't know why. I think there was enough puzzles in the pack or something, but these are stunning. Stealth Assassin and Stealth Assassin 2. Absolutely magical. Now, it'll be interesting to see how many people commented on Stealth Assassin 1 saying, German whispers on killer cages is just too obvious and too easy, and it's not that interesting a constraint. And then hit this puzzle. Because this was not, to me, obvious or easy. This was beautifully challenging. I loved it. Great, great puzzle. Yay! Yeah, I'm happy. I'm really, really happy. These puzzles were wonderful. Thank you, Frappy, so much. Yeah, I hope I thanked Frappy at the start of the video. Did I do that? If I didn't, I'm really sorry, Frappy, but thank you for the puzzle. It was great. Thanks everyone for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this one. Of course, remember to like and subscribe and all the wonderful stuff. Like the puzzle, mostly. That's what matters. Really cool stuff. Thanks everyone for watching, and as always, good luck with your solving.